Trump season 1576, Credit Seekers, Putin x Trump 1 of 2, Mises U 2025. This is a series where I summarize rantatonne posts made up of at least 3 things I have read, seen, or heard. First question, who thrives in a system that is organized around credits? Touching on yesterday's post, how people use graphs, numbers, other statistics in order to back up beliefs that they already hold rather than analyzing the actual data there. There's this graph I saw of OpenAI where people were showing a drop-off in the start of June, which for y'all who might not know is a time when in the United States of America, universities and high schools end for summer break. And even though I do think that the schooling indoctrination complex created a system focused on credentialization that moved away from education, and then folk who have never needed the schooling industrial complex created AI, which is now exposing how you haven't needed to be able to read, write, or have original thoughts to get most of the degrees or teach most of the courses in that system for quite a while. This graph ain't it. That chart and more discussed by Jared Henderson in a video here talking about how AI is being used in schools and colleges and universities. It's nothing new. This is something that humans do. We are social animals. We are seeking status, and this is just a signaling thing. It doesn't matter how you actually achieve the thing as long as you signal that you are of a certain way. Next question, the usual reactions from the usual suspects. Trump has been talking about getting the Nobel Peace Prize for participating in certain peace negotiations or ending of hostilities. In some cases, I don't necessarily think he was that responsible for actually doing, but he recently did have the Azerbaijani president and the Armenian president, where they actually ended a 35-year-long conflict between the two. This situation with Project Ukraine, with this meeting that he's going to have with Putin, is going to end that probably 25-year-long project that the West had puppeteered. So when Trump comes out and he's rumored to be saying that, oh, it's going to get to a situation where Russia is going to trade things with Putin and land and things like this, if you don't like Trump, and if you really like Trump, you're going to have different ways of looking at this. And then there's also the even-handed way of just reacting to this that I present from the Duran here. Back to the people who filter this through their feelings about Trump. If Trump is bad, then trading territory to end fighting means Trump is doing bad things and giving up territory. If Trump is good, then trading territory to end fighting means Trump did a good thing by making Putin concede. They forget that Putin doesn't need the permission of the West to continue funding his special military operation. If he says the minimum requirement is trading of land, of territory in order to have talks, then trading of territory needs to be on the table in order to have talks about anything. And then Ukraine can decide and see what they want to do after that. So sure, it may not be Trump's decision on what territory can be given up, but it is Trump's decision on whether to continue funding Project Ukraine, and that is a big decision in how Project Ukraine is going to eventually end. Because negotiated or not, the warfare state aspect of it is ending. Now they can see about what kind of conditions the welfare state aspect will begin. Last question, will this Mises U playlist give you a come to Mises moment? I've been following the Mises Institute for over a decade now, and they just had their Mises U of 2025, where different Mises-affiliated Austrian economists talk about the things that make up the civilizations we live in, not as just science or numbers, but rather through the lens of the human actions of the individuals that make these civilizations work.